Well, happy Sunday evening, and welcome to Retro Rocket Live, where we do our best to have a little fun with history. And you can catch us live normally each Sunday, and sometimes on Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific time. Now, we do have a very special marathon version of Canvas Clues show for you tonight, with 3 fresh new categories, plus 3 greatest hits reprisal categories for a total of 6 rounds, all rolled up into one 3.5-hour fun educational game show. So buckle in, get ready for some fun. Watch our robots paint, listen to my clues, and you all make your guesses, as we will first be counting down the top 20 disaster movies of all time. Then enjoy an exploration of the top 20 influential and beautiful women through history. And then third, we will pay tribute with the top 20 Denzel Washington movies. No, he hasn't passed yet, but we're still going to pay tribute. We'll probably take a quick break at that point, maybe a minute or two, and then we'll continue the marathon with 3 more categories: the top 20 infamous tyrants in history, the 20 legends of the American frontier, and we will finish it all up with the 20 groundbreaking scientists and inventors through history. So now please do check in the chat. Say hello. Feel free to comment. If I see some questions coming in, I will do my best to address those as we go. Now, I do see some people checking in. The doctor's in the house. Rufus is in the house, and I wouldn't doubt we have a few people trickle in a little late tonight because the Masters Golf Tournament is not yet over, and they have a playoff. So those folks may just come in. Now, let me get the first round going, and we'll get things underway. We've got a long ways to go. We might as well get started. You know the rules. Robots paint, you guess, and I do give some clues along the way. Now remember, the first category is top 20 disaster movies of all time. So they start at number 20. Good luck. This is a little older one. Set in a smoky, sepia-toned London. Journalists uncovered a global catastrophe. 2 nuclear tests shift Earth's axis. Well, that's a bummer. That's unfortunate. The planet heats up catastrophically. Now, this is an old movie. It's in black and white. A dying world inches toward the sun. Oh, because it tipped on its axis. Not the island Earth. Any other guesses? Not the island Earth. This was 1961, if that's helpful at all. If that's helpful at all. No idea. Going once. Going twice. This is the day the Earth caught fire. That's not familiar to anybody? I've seen the movie. I know I have. This film used a unique orange filter to depict the extreme heat engulfing the Earth. So the whole movie's got like an orange tint. You didn't see it. I don't know if it's available or not. All right, number 19. They get easier. Number 19. Seismology gets a Hollywood upgrade. A family man races against nature. There he is. He's racing. California's worst fears come true. not earthquake. Skyscrapers crumble and tsunamis roar. Here's the key clue. You ready? The Rock saves the day again. The Rock. There you go, Doctor. Doing it for the team, Doctor. You are correct. San Andreas is the right answer. You guys know what year they filmed San Andreas? Any idea? It features one of the most extensive disaster CGI sequences in modern cinema. It is quite a CGI experience. 2015. Number 18, disaster films. Here we go. Counting them down. Weather chasers living on the edge. A mysterious device is called Dorothy. I remember this. Flying cows and picket fences. Right you are. Promise you barely beat the doctor. Remember the flying cows? The tanker trucks and the flying cows. Tornadoes stalk the Midwest. Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt run from the twisters. Who's got the year on this one? When was the first? Not the new one. The original. The cow flying scene became one of the most quoted moments in 90s film history. Yeah, no kidding. 97, that's close. 96, Twister, the original. 1996. Is that a flying cow? That's not a flying cow in that picture. We don't have any flying cows in that picture. Or flying diesel tankers. Pretty good movie. Not bad. Scary. It was a disaster. All right, on to number 17. Counting down. The 20 top disaster films of all time. A sleepy town under threat. Now you're going to want to pay attention to the clues on this one. Ash clouds begin to rise. Bridges melt and rivers boil. Grandma gets scorched. I don't know if you remember that. You will. A volcano erupts literally and dramatically. Now, this is not an action scene this time. This is the family that stars in the film, and they're showing just how all the different events that happen during the beginning of an eruption. You know, what the gases that come out, the water that boils. It was pretty gruesome over the scenes. Not volcano. It's. I tell you what. I'm going to give you another clue. It's the name of a mountain. Is the name of this movie. The name of the mountain is the name of this movie. 1997. That's helpful. Any guesses? Going once. Oh, Mount St. Helens. Good guess, though. Dante's Peak is what this movie was called. Does that ring a bell? Dante's Peak. If you didn't see it, definitely go back and see it. It's worth a look. All right, this is another similar picture picked by the robots that it's the family that stars in it. It doesn't really show the disaster too good here, but you'll get it. A rogue comet splits in the sky. The comet breaks in multiple pieces. A desperate journey to a bunker. Trying to get to the bunker. Families are chosen for survival. Not everyone makes it in time. Spoiler alert. Here's the key clue. Gerard Butler faces the apocalypse? Not the day after tomorrow, but hang on to that answer. You know that's going to come up. That'll happen sometime. This is more recent. This movie was made in 2020 and wasn't a bad movie, to be honest with you. This film was praised for its emotional realism, in contrast to typical disaster extravagance. More about the emotion. Oh, we prefer the CGI. Going once, going twice. This was called Greenland. You guys see this? Greenland. I saw it. It was good. If you didn't see it, worth a look again. Definitely. All right, now this one's back a little while. This next one, more of a sci-fi. This next one could fit in the sci-fi category. 2003. Birds fall, pacemakers fail. Earth's magnetic field collapses. Bummer. Not a good thing. A secret vessel drills underground. If you never heard of Greenland, you got to watch that. Good movie. At least not bad. A secret vessel drills underground. There you go, Rhombus. I knew you guys would start to get it. You know, they're always hard at the beginning. 20 to 15 is always hard. Listen to this. Unobtainium saves the day. So they had to find a certain mineral. Journey to the center of the earth, literally. And you are correct. The core is the correct answer. 2003. Though scientifically inaccurate, do tell, the movie has become a cult favorite for its wild premise. There you go, the core. Good job. Ooh, this next one's creepy. Definitely creepy. A mysterious illness in a monkey is what starts this. A small town, infections turn deadly. The military steps in hard. Yes, they do. That's towards the beginning. The military comes in with a hammer. Dustin Hoffman leads the charge. No, it's not the Andromeda Strain, although that's a good one too. This is the more popular one with Dustin Hoffman. And what's her name? It's all good looking lady. The virus spreads fast. It's like a Ebola type of virus. The film's virus was inspired by real life Ebola breakouts. Remember what it was called? Remember the name? This is all the way back in Yeah, there you go, Rhombus. All the way back in 1995. What's her name? What's that actress's name? Rebecca or something? Or I don't know why I can't place it. Outbreak. Outbreak is correct. She was in Tin Cup, also the actress, and she was in Thomas Crown Affair as well. She was very hot for a while. Sexy lady. Number 13. This is very popular. This is going all the way back to when disaster films first started. This is a high-rise celebration, a huge party at the top floor, and it goes horribly wrong. A spark leads to catastrophe, and OJ didn't see it in time. OJ was supposed to be watching the security. Fire rages floor by floor. Yeah, Russo. Renee Russo? Renee Russo. That's her name. Renee Russo. Correct. Good looking lady. Anyway, this one stars Paul Newman and Steve McQueen in the same movie. And they kind of fight each other. Pretty cool. Yeah, you got it, Doctor. Everybody's in this movie. You name some more people that are in this movie. Who will survive the tallest inferno? This film helped solidify the 70s disaster genre, earning 3 Oscar awards. There you go. And OJ was in. OJ was the security guard that maybe didn't see the fire in time. I don't know. All right. Number 12. So this one is kind of along the lines of Outbreak, but it's a different one. One handshake changes everything. Scientists scramble for a cure. Global panic spreads like fire. So we all had warnings for this COVID thing, you know. All these movies were out there. We could have been taking some notes. Hyper-realistic pandemic response. Eerily predictive of the COVID-19 pandemic. Anybody remember this movie at all? It was pretty popular. Epidemiologist praised its realism years before COVID-19 even struck. This is back in 2011. Anybody remember the other pandemic? Wasn't Andromeda strain, wasn't Outbreak. It was Contagion. Yeah, the Contagion. Nobody wants that. Yeah, pandemic. Good guess. World War Z. Good movie, but it's not in here. Not in here. We could do the top 20 zombie movies, right? That's a category we haven't touched yet. Top 20 zombie movies. Now, I know you know this one. This is a ship of dreams sets sail. But there's an iceberg straight ahead. I'm the king of the world. Does that ring a bell? There you go, Rob. Doctor had it first. Then Rob. I'm the king of the world. Rose and Jack's tragic love story. And the ship does sink spectacularly. So it was a pretty cool disaster film as far as that goes. Yeah, Rob. That's correct. Glad to have you in the house. It was the first film to reach the $1 billion box office mark. First one. Anybody know the year? Who knows when Titanic was made? Oh, FYI, it looks like Rory pulled it off and won the playoff. In case anybody was wondering. Sorry, I'm turning off my other computer where I was also watching the end of the Masters Golf Tournament while I was doing the game. That wasn't good, was it? No, this next movie's cool. Number 10. Fishermen face a monstrous ocean. Real life event with real big waves. It starred George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg. Who remembers this? This is quite the creepy picture that they had in all the posters and everything, right? A confluence of storms becomes one. She's not going to let us out. Yes, correct. Not the Kraken. Dr. Egg looks like he had it first, but then Rhombus had it as well. He didn't need help. Finishing my housekeeping there. Yeah, so there's the picture. Pretty cool, huh? The Wave CGI was cutting edge for its time and still holds up today. Pretty realistic. Perfect storm. Perfect storm. That was all the way back in 2000, if you can believe it. George Clooney and Mark Wahlberg in a disaster film. All right. We're down to number 9. We're in the top 10 disaster films now. So this one's kind of cool because the Mayan calendar predictions ignite fear. Suddenly, global floods, quakes, and lava. And every man drives a limo through the chaos. I forgot. Oh, I remember that now. Massive arcs were built to save humanity. The world literally ends. And then it reboots. Yes. Rhombus. So, yes, it was 2012, but when did they make it? You know, if it was 2012 and they wanted to stimulate the appetite, it couldn't be in the past, right? You had to do it before 2012. Director Roland Emmerich called this his most destructive film. And he was the one who made Independence Day. Yeah, there's the big crack in LA. Guy drove his limo right through there. Was it at Cusack? In that Cusack? It was made in 2009. 2009. Yeah. All right. This picture's a little wonky, but it's a good one actually. Something rumbles beneath LA. A subway melts fast. Lava erupts on Wilshire Boulevard. Surprise, surprise. Tommy Lee Jones and Anne Heche battle molten chaos. Yeah, it was. Remember, La Brea tar pits start bubbling too. They start overflowing. Did not escape from LA, although that's cool. And this wasn't San Andreas. That was earlier. This is a different one. This is very LA centric. LA centric. They end up stopping the lava flows that all erupt on Wilshire Boulevard with freeway diverters. You know, they stack them all up. Seriously, they saved the day with those freeway dividers. Anybody remember this one yet? Anne Heche and Tommy Lee Jones. Something rumbles beneath LA. 1997, so it is a while ago. It was early. This was actually the one called Volcano. And it was kind of weird. It was a kind of misnomer, right? Because it wasn't actually a volcano. It was more like cracks in the ground. It wasn't a classic volcano. Anyway, okay. It was released the same year as Dante's Peak. I don't know if you remember that. So it was a full plate of disasters with volcano. Yeah, Rory wins, exactly. He did. Thank God. Can you imagine the emotional damage if he didn't? Snowed in runways, delay planes. A bomber hides among the passengers. Do you remember this one? This one was one of the real early disaster films, 1970. An all-star cast faces the skies. The first great aviation disaster film. It launched an entire subgenre. Anybody recognize anybody in that picture? I can tell you who the guy in the middle is. That's Dean Martin. Dean Martin was one of the stars of this movie. Anybody remember? It was like Chicago O'Hare. And yeah, it was the snowed in runways, delayed planes, a bomber hides among the passengers. No, doesn't ring a bell. It's one of the originals. It was called Airport. Airport inspired 4 sequels and helped spark the 1970s disaster film boom. There you go, yeah. Not good. Airplane was close, Rob. Airplane was close. Close enough. Okay, this is a little offbeat, a little more niche, or niche, if you prefer. No one's been born in nearly 18 years in this movie. Society crumbles under the despair. But hope arrives in a single pregnancy. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? Pregnancy? I'm not sure. Clive Owen protects the future. Good old Clive. He was hot for a while, wasn't he? He was so hot. He was so hot. A baby might save the world. Anybody remember? Anybody remember this one? No? Yeah, it's a kind of it's a catchy name actually, but maybe hard to remember. Its long, uncut action sequences are studied in film schools around the world. Didn't know that. No, it's not Star Wars. It's called Children of Men. Children of Men. 2006. Children of Men. There you go. All right, I know you know this next one. I know you know. This is one of the classic disaster films. 1998, to clue you in, a teen discovers a deadly comet when he's night gazing. Stargazing, not night gazing. Stargazing at night. The government has a secret plan. Elijah Wood flees on a dirt bike. There you go. A spaceship sacrifices itself. Oceans swallow the coastlines. So I don't know if you can tell, that's a big wave about to hit the city. And do you remember Tia Leone? Tia Leone was big in this. Morgan Freeman, I think, was the president, if I'm not mistaken. This came out the same summer as Armageddon, but I think it predated it. It came out before. Not Day After Tomorrow. Remember what this was called? It was all about the comet. Comet's coming. There you go, Rob. Rob got it. Number 5 is Deep Impact. Deep Impact. This came out the same summer as Armageddon in Hollywood's Asteroid Showdown. There you go. We got 4 left. This next one was kind of interesting. I had a real hard time trying to follow it when I went to the movie. I don't know. You guys probably went to see this too. It's the whole thing is shot with like found footage, they call it. Like supposed to be like handheld, just amateur photography, and all pieced together. A party ends in screaming terror. It starts with a news report, and the Statue of Liberty loses her head. That's right. The monster carries her head around. A handheld camera captures the destruction. Oh, you got it. Good job, Rhombus. Rhombus. Blair Witch. That was a good one. Not on our list. These are disaster films. That would be on a spooky horror film Real, realistic horror film. This is Cloverfield. Cloverfield. You remember the monster was so? I was digging the movie all the way through with the found footage, the handheld camera thing. You know, I was grooving with that. But then when they finally start showing that monster, the monster was a little weird. It's kind of a monster. The film was so secretive that its trailer didn't reveal the title at first. So they were trying to advertise it without telling you the title. There you go. That's hard. All right, Cloverfield. I don't know why the robots put that so high on the list. They liked it. I know you know this one. NASA hires oil drillers. Bruce Willis has 18 days. That's right. Bruce Willis is the Wildcat. Smith powers the love story. That's cool. I forgot that part. A nuke is an asteroid's heart. There you go. I don't want to miss a thing. I guess he says that. I don't know. I don't remember that. Anybody remember that? Oh, okay. Dr. Ravas, Mind the Panda. Mind the Panda had it first. You gotta say your whole name, I guess. Mind the Panda. Mind the Panda. You are correct. Armageddon. NASA uses this movie in training to test how well hires can spot scientific inaccuracies. I guess it's got quite a few scientific inaccuracies. Number one, Bruce Willis. Although Bruce Willis is a wildcat, I guess. Guess that. All right, I know you guys have been itching to give me this answer all night. Number two on the all-time disaster movie list. I believe it was written by the late Art Bell. Climate change on Fast Forward. Wolves escape the zoo. I kind of like these clues. They're kind of like New York freezes overnight. There you go. You guys know this one. Rhombus got it first, I think. That's correct. Jake Gyllenhaal outruns the ice. And Dennis Quaid walks to the rescue. This is a long time ago. 2004. 2004. Yeah, Art Bell. Exactly. This film boosted public awareness of climate science, despite its Hollywood pacing. Yeah, kind of, you know, the film kind of moves things along pretty quickly. I'm not sure what happened quite like that, but anyway, it was pretty cool. Pretty cool movie. All right, now number one is the original big disaster movie. Well, this was actually after Airport, but Airport wasn't strictly a disaster movie, right? But this one pretty much was. And this picture is pretty weird. So good luck. Listen to the clues. A rogue wave flips a ship. A New Year's party turns deadly. Yes, it does. Escape is upward. That's the key to this picture. Escape is upward, not outward. And Gene Hackman leads the survivors. Anybody that did the Gene Hackman tribute knows this one. Not Titanic. Good guess though, Brad. I can't believe Rory won. I was watching while I was doing clues. You are correct, Ramos. Okay. Ernest Borgnine, Shelley Winters. The disaster film that started it all. The upside-down sets were built to make actors physically flip, adding realism to every scene. Yeah, so that was kind of cool about it, right? Stella Stevens. That's right, Stella Stevens. She was the intro. Although we had to watch Shelley Winters swim through the water with her underwear. All right, well, you guys played some good team ball there. And I think between all of you, you got them all. So that was good. Anyway, so that was top 20 disaster films. And you guys did, I don't know, 90%, I'd say. 90%. So pretty good. So next up is going to be top 20 influential women who just happened to be beautiful as well through history. So they didn't make the list unless they were good looking. But they had to be notable in history as well. Apparently, the robots have chosen the women from history that have made this list. Some of them are going to be a little obscure. Some of them are going to be pretty well known. So number 20. Top 20 influential women who just happen to be beautiful as well. This lady grew up selling oranges, and she's known for her comic timing. She captivated a Restoration king. So we're talking, she lived from 1650 to 1687. She became a beloved royal mistress. So here's the key clue. Charles II called her Pretty Witty Nell. Pretty Witty Nell. This is her. This is Pretty Witty Nell. Not Cleopatra, not Eve, not Joan of Arc, not Marie Antoinette. None of those ladies, although she kind of dresses like Marie Antoinette. This is before Marie Antoinette. This is Nell, correct. Brad wins. Pretty Witty Nell. This is Nell Gwynn. Rolls right off everybody's tongue, right? She's often credited with helping restore public support for the monarchy after the Civil War. There you go, Nell Gwynn. That's some obscure history for you. I think the robots were pushing there. Here's another obscure one for you, although you may know this one. Some of these are hard. Some of these are easy. A widow who never faded. I don't know what that means exactly. 1499 to 1566. She swam daily in cold water. That's popular again now, right? That's popular again now. This was part of her beauty regimen. She is the lover of King Henry II. King Henry II. I thought he was just involved with that other lady. Was that somebody different? I lose track fast. She wielded real power in the French court. 1499 to 1566. She wore black and white as symbolic contrast to the Queen, whom she rivaled in influence. Anybody have any idea from history who this is? Apparently she was well. Gina Lola Brigida. There's a name out of the past. Yeah, we gotta do good-looking actresses from the 60s. One of my favorite periods. This is Diane de Poitiers. Diane de Poitiers, 1499 to 1566. There you go. Hopefully they get easier sometime. They may not. Now, this one's interesting. From circus to palace. She was a brilliant political mind. And we're talking about all the way back at 500 to 548 AD. Or CE if you prefer. She fought for women's rights. And here's the key clue. Oh, two key clues. She was the Empress of the Byzantine Empire, and she was married to Emperor Justinian. Now, we've talked about this before, so, pull out your notes. Pull out your notes. Oh, I don't think anybody's got it. She's kind of cute. This is Theodora. That's not familiar at all? Theodora, married to Emperor Justinian. She's immortalized in the shimmering Byzantine mosaics in the Ravenna at Italy. There you go. She's in the mosaics. This is the lady in the mosaics. There you go. All right. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Let's enjoy the pictures. All right, now this is more modern. This lady was born in 1978, and she's still alive. She's known for her stunning red hair, and she is an engineer by training. She has often broke royal protocol. And here's the two key clues. She is the first Moroccan royal wife in the public eye. And she is married to King Mohammed VI. Anybody keeping up on their princesses? Her modern image changed public expectations of royal women in North Africa. So, just a little FYI, this is what happens when you ask the robots to come up with a list of good-looking ladies from history. Except not the same ones you always put on the list. This is what you get. This is Lola Stoma of Morocco. Yeah, it kind of looks like Jessica Rabbit, huh? Kind of. Yeah, she's happening. No doubt. She's only number 17. Gets better. All right, number 16. Now, this lady was born in 1295 and passed in 1358. So, sounds like she might have died from the plague. She was a royal beauty with a ruthless edge. She is the daughter of a French king, and she was the Queen of England. She feuded with her husband publicly, and she's the one who took down Edward II. Here's the key clue. She is nicknamed the She-Wolf of France. I like that. Margaret, good guess. No. Lola Stola was the last one. Cherry Cola. Her revolt helped spark the 100 Years' War. I could see that happening. She did die in 1358. Isn't that right when the plague was? I'm pretty sure. Anyway, this was a lady named Isabella of France. So this wasn't Isabella, Queen of Spain, who came like 200 or 300 years later. This is Isabella of France. There you go. There she is. All right. Now they're going to get a lot easier. This lady is known from poetry. And we're not sure she was real. She might just be a legend. A love triangle with tragic roots. Her lover, she was the lover of Tristan, and she was married to King Mark. You know any of these people? I don't know any of these people. She was a symbol of doomed love. Her story influenced Romeo and Juliet and medieval courtly love tradition. So, this is a legend of poetry from the Middle Ages. You almost got that. I'd say you kind of almost have that. I mean, but all those sound good. Those are all great answers. Isadora, Matilda, Margaret. This is Eseult. Eseult. Is that an Irish name? Eseult. Iseult of Ireland. Eseult of Ireland. Her story influenced Romeo and Juliet. There you go. Okay. This is what you get when you ask the robots a dumb question. This is what you get. There's a few known ones in here. Hang on. All right, now this lady's nickname was Cece. She was obsessed with her appearance. She was born in 1837 and passed in 1898. And she loved horseback riding and poetry. And she refused rigid court life. And she did become a tragic icon because she was assassinated in Geneva. She had ankle-length hair that she combed for hours daily because she was obsessed with her appearance. And her nickname was Cece. So there you go. You're not going to remember any of these. Of course, you'll never have to. This is Empress Elizabeth, Empress Elizabeth of Austria. Obsessed with her appearance. There you go. Ankle-length hair that she combed for hours daily. I'm not seeing the hair. I'm not seeing the hair in the picture. Yeah, she had to ride side saddle, no doubt. Now, number 13, you've heard of number 13. She's a tall lady. She was from 1542 to 1587. She was a Scottish queen when she was only 6 days old. She was married 3 times, and she was a rival with Elizabeth I, Queen Elizabeth. Unfortunately, she was imprisoned for 19 years. There you go. That's correct. That's correct. There you go. But what's her official title now? She has a kind of haughty title. She is Mary. Mary. Her dramatic life became the subject of plays, films, and operas. She was executed for treason. Happens. Mary. No? You guys hear that? That's a bird. It's not an alarm. It's a bird. Mary, Queen of Scots. Mary, Queen of Scots. Oh, you have it. You all have it. Dr. Rambus. Very good. It's so funny. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I have my window open and there's a bird and it sings just like car alarms. So I must have learned the car alarms. Funny. Anyway, this lady, described in ancient Chinese poetry, married into royalty. She is blamed for stirring political unrest. That is so funny. She is known for her peerless beauty. She lived during the Southern Qi dynasty. All right. Everybody knows her Chinese royalty. 480 AD to 500 AD. No? The story reflects deep historical anxieties about feminine power in court politics. Xi Jinping, Kim Chu. Those are all very close. Very close, very close. What if I told you that her name is Lady Zhu? Lady Zhu, X-U. Lady Zhu. Zhu Xiaopei. Xiaopei. I'm sorry. Xiaopei. Zhu Xiaopei. Lady Zhu. Her story reflects deep historical anxieties about feminine power in court politics. All right. Here we go. This lady was captured from Eastern Europe. And then she became a concubine. She rose to queen-like status. She was an advisor to Suleiman the Magnificent. You all know Suleiman. She rewrote the rules of the harem. So she became head of the harem. You're going to kidnap me from Eastern Europe. I'm going to become queen of the harem. She was the first Ottoman consort to live in the palace and wield visible power. There you go. Anybody know who this is? The captured consort slave that rose to power in Suleiman's court. Did I say that right? 1502 to 1558. Her name is Roxolana. Roxolana. There you go. This was in the Hurrem Sultan, which I think was Suleiman, right? Suleiman the Magnificent. Roxolana. There she is. Eastern European. All right. We're getting there. We are getting there. We are on the second half. Number 10. A princess and a poet. She lived in Islamic Spain. She's known for bold love poems. Okay. Seems like the robots fell for all these poets. She refused to marry for power. She wore her poetry embroidered on her clothes. How does a robot know this stuff? She lived from 1000 to 1091. Princess Jasmine. Kind of looks like Princess Jasmine. And Doctor, who is this Elizabeth Bathory? Aren't you giving me that answer for every person? No? Okay. Oh, let's see. What else does it say here? She lived in Spain. She was known for bold love songs. She wore poetry embroidered. She once held public literary salons, rare for women of her era. Well, this is Walada bint al Mustafi. Mustafi. Walada bint al-Mustafi. Yeah, that rolls off the tongue. This one's easier to say. This is Rory's mom. That kind of fits. It's an Irish lass. 1530 to 1603. But she ruled the sea with defiance. She was a pirate. She actually had negotiated with Queen Elizabeth I. And she actually led a pirate fleet who was sailing for the English flag. This is the lady that was known locally as the Pirate Queen. Pirate Queen. An Irish legend with a fearsome reputation. There you go. Anybody know this story? No? She commanded over 100 ships and met the English queen face to face. And she refused to bow. But that didn't earn her any points. Nobody knows who the pirate queen of Ireland was. Miss Grace O'Malley. Grace O'Malley, of course. There she is. We're down to number 8, and this is a name that's known. You guys know this name? She got herself in some trouble. She captivated a king. This is in 1501. Well, that's when she was born. She was rumored to have 6 fingers. That's a little weird. That's a little weird. And she's the mother of Elizabeth I. And she was executed by her husband. So she had that going for her. That King Henry guy. She sparked England's break with Rome. Her intelligence and ambition reshaped the kingdom, even in her death. And she's well known through stories that have been told for centuries. This was someone that was executed by King Henry. No? Thought you guys would have known this one. No? Going once. Going twice. This is Miss Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn. Does that sound familiar? Anne Boleyn. Well, if you didn't know that one, you're not going to know none of these. No, the last few you're going to know. Now, this lady was born in 1921 and passed in 2013. So she's a modern lady. And she was born into Egyptian royalty. Egyptian. She was one of the ones married to the Shah of Iran. Remember the Shah? And her looks were compared to Hedy Lamarr. Who knows who Hedy Lamarr is? Known for perfect facial symmetry. That's important, right? Perfect facial symmetry. She was dubbed the most beautiful royal in the world. You know, most royals are kind of a little off, right? A little inbreeding kind of thing. But she had perfect symmetry. Most beautiful royal in the world. Princess of Egypt. She graced the covers of fashion magazines in the 1930s and 40s. I remember it. Pretty lady. Hey, Lori, what's going on? It's not Elizabeth Taylor. This is a princess. This is Princess Fazia of Egypt. She was married to the Shah of Iran. There you go. All right, we're getting down there. Number 6. Speaking of Middle Eastern ladies that are still alive, this lady was born in 1970 and is still with us. She was born in Kuwait and she rose to royalty. She speaks out for women and children. She is a tech-savvy queen. She's known for elegance and diplomacy. And she is married to King Abdullah II. King Abdullah II. Anybody know who this is? Married to King Abdullah II. She was once ranked among the world's most powerful women by Forbes magazine. No, going once, going twice. This is Queen Rania of Jordan. Queen Rania of Jordan, married to King Abdullah II. There you go. Right dress. Am I right? Yes. All right. Top 5. Now, this number 5 isn't super well known, but you may know it if you read the Bible. The rest you'll know. So you're going to know these. This lady, if you read the Bible, you might know. This lady danced for a king. Her request changed history. Now, she was all the way back 1st century AD. So she's a biblical character. She was connected to John the Baptist. And she has been immortalized in opera and art. Hey, what's going on? Good to have Lori and Fish Lover. We're just finishing up this category. We are doing the best looking women through history that are significant of influence. She is a biblical femme fatale. Biblical femme fatale. Her name isn't in the Bible, but her legend has echoed for centuries. Delilah, good guess. Good guess. This is not Delilah. This lady danced for a king. Her request changed history. She's connected to John the Baptist. This is Salome. Salome. French to me too. All right, top 4. You're not gonna know them all. You hang with me on the top 4? Here we go. This is the daughter of a god. Some say. She was taken by, or she ran away with, Paris. A war was fought over her. You know this one. She is a central figure in the Iliad. There you go, Rhombus. Glad you're hanging in there. You're still with us. She is the face that launched 1,000 ships. Yes. And you are correct. This is Helen of Troy. Oh, not strictly history, right? Because it's kind of mythical in a way. But her beauty made her the original symbol of irresistible allure in Western literature. I guess the Iliad was the beginning of Western literature. There you go. Helen of Troy. There she is. Okay, now these top three are all Egyptian. All Egyptian. So you got to get your Egyptian queens in the right order. Usually you can tell by the headgear. Now this first lady usually ruled in male garb. And she's the one who built all the monumental temples. She's one of Egypt's most successful rulers. But for some reason, she was erased from many of the records. But she's known for majestic, serene statues of her. This is not Nefertiti. This is the one that built all the stuff. This is 1507 to 1458 BC. Her statues blend masculine power with feminine grace, redefining pharaoh imagery. And I couldn't get the robots to draw her with the top on. I don't know why. It must be there's some statues of her that the robots were referencing. I don't know what the deal is, but this is Hatshepsut. Hatshepsut is number 3 on our list. Hatshepsut. So that leaves a couple other Egyptians still not accounted for. Is that your answer for the next one, Robert? All right. Her name means the beautiful one has come. Now she's slightly after Hatshepsut, a couple hundred years, 1370 to 1330 BC. She ruled beside her husband Akhenaten. She worshipped the sun god, Aten. Her bust, meaning the statue, defines Egyptian art. She is the most famous face of ancient beauty. And yes, Ramos, you are correct. This is Nefertiti. Her bust, discovered in 1912, is still considered a masterpiece of ancient sculpture. There you go. That's all we know about Egypt. Nefertiti's bust. Anyway, she lived from 1370 to 1330 BC. And I think everybody knows our number 1 lady of beauty and influence in history. Oh yes, Rhombus. Oh yes. Let's see how the robots depict her tonight. Now they were a little out of control, so I had to throw a sticker on there because the robots lost their minds. I don't know what they were thinking. She spoke many languages. She was the master of politics and seduction. She partnered with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. She is known for her dramatic death. Who knows how she died? You guys know how she died? Her beauty was said to lie in her presence and intellect. Coins from her reign show a strong, assertive profile, not just a pretty face. I guess she had a long nose. Is that what that means? A strong, assertive profile? I don't know what that means. Yeah, the robots had it rolling tonight. Yeah, snake bite and venom from the asp, black asp, right? Black asp. All right, well, I think that category drove everybody off, so hopefully we can bring them back. Our next category. Oh boy. That was a mistake. Okay. Next up, we got top 20 Denzel Washington movies. You know the rules. Robots paint. You guess. I give a few clues along the way. You know, this round will be a mixed bag. This is top 20 Denzel Washington movies. Some you'll know, some will be a little obscure for you. All great movies. Number 20. This one was set at a segregated college in Texas. This 2007, if that helps anybody. He mentors future leaders with passion. He was a teacher or a professor. A fierce mind behind a calm voice. This is based on a real debate team's rise. He delivers fire in a suit and tie. So Denzel does some good debates. Denzel also directed this film in depth to the true story of Wiley College. Anybody know the name of this movie? 2007. Man on Fire, good guess. Good guess. Incorrect. Incorrect. This one was called The Great Debaters, which I had not heard of, so don't feel bad. But, you know, when you're doing 20, you can have a couple obscure ones towards the top. The Great Debaters, 2007. It's Denzel. It's great. We know it is. Here we go. Number 19. Top 20 Denzel Washington movies. A haunted cop with a quiet intensity. Probably a lot of those. A string of murders unsettles the town. Rami Malek joins the dark pursuit. That guy plays lots of evil characters. Layers of guilt hide beneath the badge. And here's a good clip. He stares down a creepy Jared Leto. So Jared Leto plays the bad guy. And he tries to, you know, uncover it with quiet intensity, Denzel style. The script was originally written in the 1990s, but sat for decades before being made. This is in 2021, so this is just recent. Just recent. Yeah, Denzel's looking a little aged there, a little older. Anybody know this one? This is number 19, so, you know, no shame. No shame. This is called The Little Things. The Little Things, 2021. Yeah, there you go. Learn something every day on Retro Rocket Lab. All right. Number 18. A Florida cop caught in a deadly web. Suspicion, betrayal, and time are closing in. Unfortunately, he is framed for a murder that he did not commit. Can he clear his name before it's too late? All these help add to the title of the movie. A noir, sorry, I got it right now. A noir style mystery with son and Sweat, a noir-style mystery. A Florida cop caught in a deadly web, 2003. Filmed in the Florida Keys, the setting mirrors the heat of Denzel's pressure cooker plot. Pressure, is that Kurt Russell? Who is that? I don't know if that's Kurt Russell or not. Might be. Anybody know the name of this one? Going once, going twice. This is called Out of Time. Out of Time. All the way back in 2020 or 2003. So, it's art. How about number 17? Number 17. I've heard of this one. 2010. You may remember the story. A runaway train threatens total disaster. That sounds bad. It's based on a true high-speed crisis. He plays a veteran engineer with grit. He and Chris Pine race to save a town. A thrill ride powered by steel and nerves. So does anybody remember the unstoppable train story? The train used in the film was real, with actors doing many stunts on location. Anybody remember the name of this? This was called Unstoppable. Unstoppable. There you go, Denzel Washington. All right, well, we'll just keep moving. They get more and more well known. Hopefully. We will see. That was number 15 on our top 20 Denzel Washington movies. Number 16 is from 1996. And this is actually a war mystery that unfolds from multiple angles. He is haunted by past mistakes in combat. And he is tasked with reviewing a female soldier's honor. Guilt, redemption, and moral fog in the Gulf. In the Gulf War, I guess. Truth becomes the hardest enemy to face. Anybody know this one? The film features one of the first major depictions of women in modern military combat. Gulf War, Denzel. Female, he's tasked with reviewing a female soldier's honor. Guilt, redemption, and moral fog in the Gulf War. No. Well, this was called Courage Under Fire. Is that familiar at all? Courage Under Fire, 1996. Denzel Washington. Good movie, actually. Good movie. Well, maybe you'll remember this one. Number 15. This is from 1998. So pretty old. This is a Spike Lee. A convict father and basketball prodigy son. So Denzel's the convict, and he has a son that's a prodigy basketball player. Spike Lee gives this story a poetic pulse. He's torn between family, fame, and forgiveness. It's got kind of a cool name, this movie. NBA star Ray Allen is the co-star in a breakout role. That's Ray Allen, I guess. This is a sports film that's about so much more. Of course. The final one-on-one game between Denzel and Alan was completely unscripted, but became a closing scene. There you go. That's cool. Anybody remember the name of this movie? Going once, going twice. This is He Got Game. He Got Game from 1998. Yeah, it's number 15 on our Denzel Washington list. Now, I'm going to bet you know the next one. I'm going to bet it. I'm going to bet quite a bit. We're counting down the top 20 Denzel Washington movies. And this was a cool movie. Apocalyptic. A blind warrior on a sacred mission. The world has burned. Now words matter most. He carries a book that could save mankind. There you go. I was wondering if you're still here, Ramos. We went through a little patch there of Happy. What's going on, man? Action meets faith in a dusty wasteland. The twist that makes you want to rewatch it immediately. Oh, yeah. I did want to rewatch this. Denzel trained in martial arts for months to do the fight scenes himself. This has Mila Kunis in it, right? Mila Kunis. Kind of a cool role. Yeah. Denzel Washington. The Book of Eli is, of course, correct from 2010. Hey, perfect. Nothing like listening to Retro Rocket Live while you do other stuff. I was given the clues while I was watching the Masters. So there you go. All right, number 13. Now, I'm not sure I saw this one. He lands a plane upside down. Kinda. A hero becomes a suspect when truth hits. Alcohol, guilt, and God crash harder than steel. His most vulnerable human role to date. This is 2012. He flies high and falls hard. Oscar nod included. I like these clues today. Any guesses on this one? The plane stunt was inspired by a real incident, but with added drama. Yeah, well, you gotta add a little drama, right? Got a little drama. Anybody remember this movie? Sounds like he was an alcoholic pilot. Yeah, Stuart's in the house. Yeah, we've been waiting for you, Stuart. Actually, we didn't wait for you, but glad you're here. Flight is correct. All right, we're down to number 12. Denzel Washington movies. Here we go. This one's cool because it has Val Kilmer in it. A bomb tears through a New Orleans ferry. He's pulled into a time-bending investigation. Tech and love blur as past and future mix. Can he rewrite the moment before it happens? Hey, yeah, you know it. Happy. That is correct. Sci-fi thriller with emotion and explosions. So I don't remember this movie, and I feel like I want to go back and watch it. There's so many on that list. All my spare time, I'm going to do it. This was Denzel's third collaboration with director Tony Scott, and it shows in the style. Deja Vu is, of course, correct, from the year 2006. 2006. Very good, with Val Kilmer. There you go. We're down to number 11. We're down to number 11. Hey, Stuart. Glad you're here, man. This is all the way back in 1995. A nuclear sub, 2 captains, and 1 missile order. Tension mounts beneath the ocean's surface. Denzel matches wits with a fiery Gene Hackman. This is the Gene Hackman one. All roads lead back. Mutiny, morality, and military duty collide. Yeah, Rhombus. Who gets the last word when the world is at stake? A fun fact of Crimson Tide, 1995, is Quentin Tarantino did uncredited rewrites to spice up the dialogue, especially the pop culture bits. Huh, that's cool. So, uncredited rewrites by Quentin Tarantino. Who knew? Not us. Not us. That was number 11. So we're down to the top 10 Denzel Washington movies. Here we go. Number 10. A quiet man with a mysterious past. Now this is from 2014. 2014. He keeps a stopwatch and he uses it very well. He works at a hardware store by day, and he protects the innocent and punishes the wicked. Sounds like Charles Bronson in that one movie, right? That one series of movies. He turns a corkscrew into a weapon of justice. Now that sounds pretty brutal. Correct. You are right. He turns a corkscrew into a weapon of justice. The character is based on a 1980s TV show, but Denzel made it iconic on his own terms. The Equalizer from 2014. There he is. Looking kind of tough. You're familiar with the Charles Bronson ones, right? The Revenge Killer. Vigilante. Turkish train scene. It sounds good. Number 9. This one's kind of different. From the year 2000. A coach walks into a racially divided locker room. He leads with discipline and with heart. This is actually based on true events in 1970s Virginia. A football team becomes a symbol of unity. Yeah, correct, Rhombus. Remember this? Left side, strong side. Yes, they said that a lot. Left side, strong side. Many of the film's players were based on real people, who later reunited for the movie premiere. That's kind of cool. Remember the Titans is indeed correct. From the year 2000. There he is, Denzel as a football coach. They must have won. I mean, the story wouldn't be as good if they didn't win, right? After all, we remember the Titans. Yes. We are down to the number 8 Denzel Washington movie from 1999. See if you can get this one. A boxer wrongly imprisoned for murder. But he turns his cell into a sanctuary of the mind. A teenage boy helps change history. Denzel's rage simmers under the surface. Simmering rage. Yeah, it's kind of the Denzel thing. I am innocent, and you believe it. That must be a key saying. Yeah, correct, Stuart. The Hurricane from 1999. The real Reuben Carter said Denzel's portrayal truly captured his soul. Huh. Well, that's cool. Reuben Carter's story. The Hurricane. We're doing Denzel Washington top 20 movies, incidentally. And we're all the way down to number 7 next. This next movie, I remember this next movie. It's very cool. Very cool movie from 2007. Harlem Streets. Power in a Tailored Suit. This one's based on a real drug kingpin named Frank Lucas. Correct, Stuart. You're correct. His empire rises with ruthless business savvy. Russell Crowe plays the detective on his trail. And incidentally, we're going to be doing top 20 Russell Crowe movies soon. It's definitely on my short list. I think that'll be a good one. My man, a cold catchphrase with weight. The script took years to develop, with Denzel signing on after several rewrites. So Denzel didn't like it at first, I guess. American Gangster is, of course, correct, from the year 2007. There he is, in a suit. American Gangster. Russell Crowe plays the detective. So this will be on the Russell Crowe list when we eventually do it, so don't forget it. All right, this next one's kind of different. Number 6 from 1998. Evil whispers through a haunting stone song. That's a good clue. A serial killer dies, but the horror lives on. Often does. Denzel plays a detective chasing the invisible. Now this is interesting. The demon passes through touch. Not virtuosity. You'll never hear "Time is on my side" the same way. So I guess that's the song. I don't remember seeing this movie. I do not remember seeing it. Sounds pretty cool. This sleeper cult classic gained a following years after its early release. So again, this was 1998. So this is a long time ago. And there he is, Denzel, drinking a beer. And the movie was called Fallen. Fallen. Does that sound familiar? No? We're going to have to look that one up, I think. But the robots seem to think it's pretty good because it's number 6. Of course, the robots thought all these ladies we've never heard of were historically influential in the last round. All right, number 5. Top 5. Top 5. Here we go. One day, one ride, total corruption. Don't know what that means. A rookie cop meets his streetwise mentor. Denzel plays a villain, and he wins an Oscar for it. Typecast. King Kong ain't got nothing on me is a saying in the movie. Yeah, how'd you guys know that one? You both knew that one. Stuart, Rambus? King Kong ain't got shit on me. Is the proper way to say it? Alonzo Harris defined what a lead actor could be. There you go. Denzel improvised many iconic lines, pushing the character into legendary status. You are correct. It is Training Day. Training Day. From 2001. He was busy right around the turn, 21st century. Between 98 and 2005, he did a ton of work. All right, we're down to number 4. You know, this is all the way from 1993, and he definitely looks different here. He was an actor. 2 lawyers, 1 groundbreaking case. He starts with prejudice and ends with compassion. He plays opposite Tom Hanks in a raw legal drama. AIDS, stigma, and justice all on the line. His courtroom transformation is deeply human. Yeah, that's it. Stuart, Rhombus, you both got it at exactly the same time. Stuart's name is listed above Rhombus's, though, just so you know. But they both popped up on my screen simultaneously. This was one of the first major Hollywood films to tackle AIDS and homophobia head on. Head on. Is that Denzel? That don't look like him. He's an actor. Philadelphia is correct. Philadelphia, 1993. That is correct. We're down to the top 3. Top 3 Denzel Washington movies. Here we go. Number 3. All the way from 1989. Way back. Civil War, the 54th Massachusetts Infantry. A runaway slave turned fierce soldier. Tear-streaked punishment etched in the film's history. He earned his first Oscar for a Best Supporting Actor role. A performance that stole the whole film. Denzel stole the film. This is all the way back in 1989. Can you believe that? His improvised single tear during the flogging scene is one of the cinema's most moving moments. Correct you are, Stuart. Correct you are. His improvised single tear during the flogging scene is one of cinema's most moving moments. There you go. Glory is correct. Glory, 1989. Down to the top two. Top two Denzel Washington movies. Number two. This is fairly recent. Kind of recent. 2016. Is that recent? You guys tell me. I don't know. 2016 seems kind of recent. A garbage man with Shakespearean depth. He adapts August Wilson's Pulitzer-winning play. This was a play. Denzel directs and commands every scene. This explores pride, family, and missed dreams. We're still talking about Glory. His monologues hit like punches to the soul. Pride, family, and missed dreams. He's a garbage man. Training Day 2? No. He originally played the role on Broadway and brought his entire cast to the screen. Doesn't even look like Denzel. I'll tell you. Is that Denzel? Maybe that's not Denzel. Maybe Denzel's just the director. I don't know. It's called Fences. Fences. That's not familiar? No? Okay. Robots liked it. All right, you know number one. You do know this one. And this was an early Denzel. 1992. From street hustler to civil rights icon. This is Spike Lee's epic and Denzel's transformation. Denzel took on this character and looked just like him. Every phase of the man embodied completely. So remember our method actors? This is what got Denzel on that list. This part right here. It's got Denzel on the list. A tour de force of power, politics, and pain. There it is, Stuart. There it is. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. I don't know. I guess that's something he said. Fun fact. Nelson Mandela appears in the final scene and insisted Denzel play Malcolm from the start. So it is Malcolm X. Malcolm X. There he is, Malcolm X. 1992. Definitely looked just like him. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. I think I drove everybody away. Moving into this pretty much. Are you guys up for hanging out? Doing some more rounds? Take a break? If you want to do some more rounds, let me know. Let me know. Are you guys in? Oh, you're in the hospital. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe you're not up for any more rounds then. We don't have to do these rounds tonight. If you guys want to, you don't do it for me. But if you want to, I will. Oh my gosh. If it helps, we'll do them. If it doesn't help you, Stuart, we don't need to do. Oh. You're here to the end, huh, Rhombus? Okay. All right. Well, let me take a 1 minute break. I'll put a short little shorty on. It's like a 1.5 minute video, and I'll do my thing, and I will be right back, and we'll get the second half going after that.
Heart of 1960s Las Vegas, the Rat Pack, led by the charismatic Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, and Sammy Davis Jr., redefined entertainment. Sinatra's smooth voice and Martin's effortless humor blended perfectly with Davis's dynamic performances, creating a spectacle of unrivaled allure. Their shows at the Sands Hotel became legendary, drawing crowds eager to witness their electrifying chemistry and iconic tunes. Each night, under the neon lights, they spun a web of enchantment, their songs and jokes echoing through the buzzing casino halls. Amidst clinking glasses and rolling dice, they captured the spirit of an era, making their mark as timeless icons of the Las Vegas Strip. Please do like, subscribe, share, and comment for more bite-sized bits of history.
Hey, I'm back. I'm back. You guys are back. Do you like my little short? Rat Pack? I love that Rat Pack era. Yeah. All right, let's see. What are we going to do? We are going to do top 20 most infamous tyrants in history. That sounds fun. All right. You guys do know the rules. Robots paint, you guess. I try to give some clues that are sometimes helpful along the way. Let's get going with the 20 most infamous tyrants in history. I'm going to count them down. So these first couple might be the hard ones. And then after that, I think you'll get your feet under you and you'll get them all. This ruler claimed his colony as a personal possession, not a national one. I like that. The exploitation under his rule involved forced labor to harvest natural rubber. He is responsible for one of history's deadliest colonial regimes, killing millions. Nice guy. His actions in the Congo were kept secret from most of Europe for years. He was ironically celebrated as a philanthropist during his lifetime. There you go. Anybody know? 1835 to 1909 is when this guy was around. This is Leopold II. Leopold II of Belgium claimed his colony as a personal possession, not a national one. Under Leopold's rule, an estimated 10 million people perished in the Congo. Man. Yeah, not a good guy. Very good, Stuart. Bad guy. This guy looks familiar. This leader's infamous Green Book was meant to guide his ideology. He ruled for over 4 decades, despite numerous attempts to overthrow him. His regime supported international terrorism, including the Lockerbie bombing. He had a penchant for flamboyant dress and eccentric speeches. Yes, he did. His rule ended in a violent uprising during the Arab Spring. No doubt helped out by CIA and MI6, right? Not Saddam Hussein. Yes, Jeffrey, you are correct. You are correct. This is Mr. Muammar Gaddafi, 1942 to 2011. Gaddafi's bizarre diplomatic antics earned him the nickname the Mad Dog of the Middle East. Who called him that? The Mad Dog of the Middle East. There he is, the Mad Dog. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. All right, we're down to number 18. We're getting rid of these baddies fast and furious. This leader was trained as an ophthalmologist before becoming president. There you go. His rule has been marked by a devastating civil war since 2011. Now, you can tell that these clues are a little bit aged now. This guy was recently deposed. He is accused of using chemical weapons against civilians. International sanctions have isolated his regime. Jeffrey, I can't tell if that's correct or not. I have no idea. I don't have time to translate. We need the AI to speak it for me. His father ruled the same country before him for 3 decades. There you go. Who is this? He just recently got kicked out. He had been there. He was only born in 1965. He's a young guy. This is Bashar al-Assad. Bashar's rule has displaced millions and caused one of the largest humanitarian crises in modern times. And he's done. There you go. So there's that. We win some every day here on Retro Rocket Live. Number 17. This dictator was often depicted as a godlike figure in propaganda. His tenure saw one of the worst famines in modern history. He reportedly had a fondness for Hollywood films and fine cuisine. Good answer, Rhombus. Good answer. I think we got a little lag in the internet, of course. It is Sunday night. His regime's policy of isolationism earned his country the nickname Hermit Kingdom. He was succeeded by his youngest son, who continues his oppressive legacy. So you are correct. This is Mr. Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-il, 1941 to 2011. He was rumored to have composed 6 operas, had written 1,500 books. Who knew? That doesn't sound true. All right, well, quickly to follow. We'll keep it all in the family here. Number 16. This leader famously met with a U.S. president during his tenure. His regime has been accused of countless human rights abuses. He is known for purging close family members and advisors. His nation boasts one of the largest military parades in the world. He's got that going for him. He leads the world's most secretive and isolated nation. Yes, you are correct. Stuart and Rhombus. This is the young one. This is Kim Jong-un versus Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-un reportedly developed his persona from studying foreign dictators, including Stalin. Nice. Nice. Wasn't he buddies with the basketball player, right? Yeah, and him and Trump are buddies. All right, number 15. Let's go back in time. Enough of that modern era. Enough of that modern era. Let's go back. This Roman emperor was an accomplished musician who famously played the lyre. He is rumored to have fiddled while Rome burned. Kind of like Gavin Newsom in California. Kind of looks like it. Although this is debated. He persecuted Christians using them as human torches in his garden. Yes. Yeah, Dennis Rodman. That's who I was looking for. I do have a Dennis Rodman personal celebrity story as well, but we'll save that for another day. I'm sure Dennis Rodman will come up again. He reportedly ordered the murder of his own mother, Tina. We've heard of her in our stories. Yes, this is Nero. Nero participated in public performances, something considered scandalous for Roman emperors. I like the human torches. He persecuted Christians using them as human torches in his gardens. There you go. That sounds like a tyrant. Well, you know, the Dennis Rodman story, I'm gonna have to go back and try to remember it pretty well. It involves a bar in Laguna Beach and a lot of drinking. So I'd have to piece the story back together again. But it's a true one. All right, this guy's a Betty. This leader studied in Paris and was inspired by Marxist ideologies. He remained in Cambodia, Democratic Kampuchea, under his rule. Oh, he renamed. His regime emptied cities, forcing people into labor camps. Nearly a quarter of Cambodia's population perished under his rule. His group, the Khmer Rouge, targeted intellectuals, even people who wore glasses. Correct you are. I think Dr. Spelling is a little closer. Pol Pot is correct. 1925 to 1998. Pol Pot's radical policies are often cited as one of history's most devastating social experiments. There you go. We're doing tyrants. Top 20 tyrants in the world. Or recent history. Or not so recent. Number 13. This leader rose to power through a military coup in 1973. His regime introduced neoliberal economic reforms with significant inequality. He is known for mass arrests and torture of political opponents. He ruled Chile for nearly 17 years, maintaining martial law the whole time. Nice. He stepped down after losing a referendum, but remained influential. Anybody remember who this is? He ruled Chile for 17 years, maintaining martial law. I can tell you his first name. Augusto. Augusto. La la la. Augusto. 3 syllables. Augusto. 1915 to 2006. His government operated caravan of death squads, eliminating dissent. I like that, caravan of death. Yeah. That's it. Spelling's close. Pinochet, C-H-E-T, is correct. Augusto Pinochet. All right, this is somebody new. Number 12. He served as the Prime Minister of Japan during World War II. This is the Prime Minister of Japan, not the Emperor. He was one of the architects behind attack on Pearl Harbor. He's the architect. His government sanctioned forced labor and comfort women in occupied territories. Oh, and comfort women in occupied territories. There you go. He was executed after being tried for war crimes in the Tokyo trials. So this is the guy who took the fall. Yeah, you got it. Remember his first name? That is correct. On his last name, Doctor. His era saw atrocities like the Nanking Massacre and Unit 731's experiments. Tojo attempted suicide shortly after Japan's surrender, but was revived to stand trial. Nice. Did he do it with the sword, the harikari thing, and then they revived him? Doesn't sound good. Herodos, good guess, but incorrect. Hideki Tojo. How about that? Of course, the robots could be wrong. Who knows? They've been known to be wrong. On a blue moon. Number 11. Bad guy. This leader came to power after a brutal civil war in his country. He established a regime of censorship, propaganda, and repression. His government was officially neutral during World War II. That's probably the key clue right there. His government was neutral. Thousands of political dissidents were executed under his rule. His leadership ended with his death, transitioning Spain to a democracy. There you go, Doctor. And Franco's first name? 1892 to 1975. Franco allowed the monarchy to be restored, grooming Juan Carlos I as his successor. Yeah, Mr. Franco. Mr. Franco from Spain. Francisco. Correct. Correcto. Correct al mundo. Francisco Franco. Francisco Franco. Number 10. This guy's a baddie. Whoa. Known as the Butcher of Uganda. He ruled for 8 years. He expelled Asian communities from Uganda, crippling the economy. His regime is blamed for hundreds of thousands of deaths. He reportedly practiced cannibalism, though this is disputed. Why bring it up? He lived in exile in Saudi Arabia after being overthrown. Correct. Doctor. First name and last name is correct. You remember like that? Wasn't there like a couple different hijackings where they ended up going to Uganda because Edie was there and was going to protect them? Pretty sure. Something like that. Idi Amin's erratic behavior included declaring himself the conqueror of the British Empire. Still work? Idi Amin was the conqueror. Yes, he is. The doctor is dominating. All right, we're down to number 9. That was Idi Amin, of course. Now this guy is a baddie. This ruler established Russia's first secret police. The Oprichnina. He expanded Russia's territory through brutal conquests. He famously murdered his own son in a fit of rage. His reign included the massacre of Novgorod. I have so much trouble with those Russian syllables. You can't tell where the accent's supposed to go. Novgorod. You are correct. You are correct. Doctor, and Rhombus with the complete answer. This is not Karl Marx. I don't know if he's on this list or not. He might be. Don't know. But this is Ivan the Terrible. Ivan's reforms included centralizing power and laid the foundations for the Russian Empire. Ivan the Terrible, 1530 to 1584. He was a baddie. All right, 20 most infamous tyrants in history. Number 8. This leader rose to power through the Ba'ath Party in Iraq. He carried out genocidal campaigns, including Al-Anfal genocide. Correct, Doctor. Correct you are. His forces invaded neighboring Kuwait in 1990. That was his mistake. He used chemical weapons against civilians in Halabja attack. He was captured by U.S. forces and executed in 2006. He is so damn insane. Yes, Saddam. This is Saddam. There he is. Kind of looks like him a little bit. Saddam's personality cult was so pervasive that his image appeared on nearly all Iraqi currency. I remember, like, everybody in the Ba'ath Party had to basically kind of look like him. They all had to have the same haircut and mustache and everything, right? And if you didn't look enough like him, you weren't going to go up in the party. No, wasn't going to happen. Number 7. I'm sure there's lots of stories about Saddam. I don't have any personal stories about hanging out in the bar with Saddam like I do with most of those other guys. Number 7. This leader was one of the most prominent figures of the French Revolution. He was a key architect of the Reign of Terror. Thousands were guillotined under his Committee of Public Safety. So he shows up in the Napoleon movie, right? He doesn't fare very well early on. He justified executions by saying they protected liberty and virtue. And he was executed by guillotine, marking the end of the Reign of Terror. Correct you are, Doctor. Correct you are. Do you remember his first name, by any chance? I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Let's give it a shot. Robespierre. Yeah, something like that. Robespierre. Maybe. Robespierre's radical ideals earned him the nickname the Incorruptible. Really? The Incorruptible. His first name was Maximilian. Robespierre. There you go. Let's go back in time, back to one of those cool Roman emperors. Number 6. This Roman emperor began his rule with popularity, but quickly became infamous for his cruelty. He is rumored to have appointed his horse as a priest, or possibly a consul. His reign was marked by erratic behavior, including public executions for amusement. Yeah, that would be corrupt. He forced senators to fight as gladiators and confiscated their property. Now, I can see that going on today. That would be cool, to force the senators to fight as gladiators. Kind of like that idea. His tyranny led to his assassination after only 4 years of power. Eddie Stewart, that's correct. Kind of, more or less. We're gonna give you credit. Assuming the meds might be affecting you. I have a good hospital meds story too, but we'll skip that for now. Oh, Caligula is correct. Caligula reportedly built floating palaces and elaborate ships with marble floors. There you go. Oh, we're already on to the next guy. Who's this guy? You know this guy. This leader's policies resulted in one of the deadliest famines in history, the Holodomor. He initiated the Great Purge, eliminating millions of perceived enemies. His regime's forced labor camps, known as gulags, claimed countless lives. He led the Soviet Union during World War II, consolidating its global power. Correct. Doctor. Yes, Stuart. You're correct. We're going to give you lots of spelling leeway. Stalin's paranoia extended to rewriting history books, erasing political rivals from photographs. That was before Photoshop. He had to actually physically erase them from the photographs. Imagine being like Stalin's expert photo manipulator. Joseph Stalin. He's definitely on the list. All right. Sorry, YouTube. I've got this guy on my list. He served as a soldier during World War I before rising to political prominence. His book, Mein Kampf, I'm not saying that quite right, outlined his ideology. I'm saying it with kind of a southern accent. Outlined his ideology of Aryan supremacy. His regime orchestrated the Holocaust, leading to the death of millions. He started World War II by invading Poland in 1939. He's got quite a list of accomplishments. Supposedly, he died by suicide in a Berlin bunker, but we're hearing maybe otherwise, right? Maybe he made it to Argentina. Right? Aren't we hearing that now? That somehow he made it over there, lived there for a while? I guess. I don't know. You guys are doing good at these. Everybody's getting these very fast. It's hard to decipher who's first. Yes. Number three. Top three tyrants. This leader's great leap forward resulted in one of the worst famines in history. Another famine guy. His cultural revolution led to mass purges and the persecution of intellectuals. He founded the People's Republic of China in 1949. His Little Red Book became a symbol of his ideology and authority. His policies caused the death of tens of millions, reshaping China permanently. Yes, you are correct. Now, I've asked you this like 5 times before. Who knows his last name properly? Anybody? Because Tae Sung isn't it. I've told you a few times. I try to teach you. I try to lead you to water. Cannot make you drink. Mao's image is still prominently displayed in Tiananmen Square, highlighting his enduring legacy. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong. Zedong. Mao Zedong. Kind of rolls off the tongue, actually. Mao Zedong. All right, number 2 is cool. He lived way back in 1431 to 1436. That's what, 45 years? That's not bad. This ruler is remembered as a national hero in Romania, but he was feared across Europe. He earned his nickname by impaling tens of thousands of enemies on stakes. I think Dracula is kind of right. One of the Dracula stories has him being the same guy as this other guy. I know. His brutal methods were used to defend his kingdom from the Ottoman Empire. He was the inspiration for, yes, Bram Stoker's Dracula. Very good. He often displayed the impaled bodies of enemies as a warning to invaders. Vlad. This is Vlad. Bram Stoker's Dracula was correct. Vlad's birthplace, Timisoara, is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's a popular tourist attraction. I bet. What do they do for the? They have all the stakes out there, and then how do they kind of symbolically show? I don't know. Don't ask, don't tell. Number 1, with a bullet, one of our favorites here on Retro Rocket Live. He united the Mongol tribes, creating the largest contiguous empire in history. His conquests were often marked by the complete destruction of cities and populations. His empire introduced innovative military strategies and governance systems. He is credited with enabling the Silk Road's development, fostering trade across Asia. His campaigns led to the death of millions, earning him a fearsome reputation. And it looks like everybody's got it. Doctor, with the one name, quick type, it seems to be winning the speed race. Robinson Stewart has the correct answer as well. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan's genetic legacy is so vast that an estimated 16 million men are his direct descendants. Now, I've never done the genetic test, but my daughter and my mom have both done it, so I've got the information through them, and I'm not on the Genghis Khan. Not on the Genghis Khan. There you go. I'm more the Viking, northern Neanderthal. I've got the Neanderthal. How about you? Okay. Team Genghis Khan or Team Neanderthal? All right. Well, that was fun. What do we got next? We got Legends of the Frontier, the Westward Heroes. So this is a little bit U.S.-centric. I know you don't like those as well, but they're pretty well-known history. So I think you might do okay. So let's do it. What do you say? You know the rules. Robots paint, you guess. I give some confusing clues along the way. We are going to do the Legends of the Frontier, the Westward Heroes, top 20 or 20 of them. Oh, and happy birthday to our first contestant here. He drafted one of the most important documents in U.S. history, and today is his birthday. He made a historic land purchase from France that doubled the size of the U.S. He was a strong advocate for agriculture and rural America. His face appears on U.S. currency. Doctor, he was the third president of the United States. And he did write most of the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson's Louisiana Purchase in 1803 doubled the size of the United States, allowing the westward expansion and spread of democracy across the continent. And hence, he's on our list. Born in 1743 to 1826. Happy birthday to Thomas Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson. There you go. Correct. Thomas Jefferson. If you said Thomas Jefferson, you were correct. Next up, I got no numbers on these guys, so we're just going to do them without numbers. He was an officer in the U.S. Army. He embarked on a famous expedition to explore the West. He worked closely with Native American guides during his journey. His co-leader shared his first name. They both had the same first name. Very confusing. He was part of the famous blank and blank expedition. He co-led the blank and blank expedition, which provided critical geographic, ecological, and diplomatic information about the Louisiana Territory, paving the way for westward migration. So yes, indeed, this is Mr. Lewis, Meriwether Lewis. The doctor has the whole answer this time. That's weird. Both their first names were Meriwether. Meriwether Lewis, 1774 to 1809. He co-led the Lewis and Clark expedition, which provided critical. I already said all that. You know, he was important. Next up, his partner. But that's not his first name. I don't get the first name thing. This guy, his partner had a different first name. I don't get it. He was an officer in the U.S. military. This is the military guy. He co-led an expedition of the Western U.S. alongside a close friend. His partner in exploration was Meriwether Lewis. He played a role in documenting Native American cultures. He was one half of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Yeah, Clark. Good. Do you know what the robots are telling me his first name is, even though they were telling me before that it was Meriwether? Not Meriwether. This is the soldier. This is the guy that was in the army. Maybe it was captain. I don't know if he was captain. Colonel? Colonel Clink? It was William Clark. William Clark. Correct. Correct you are. Of the famous Lewis and Clark. And of course, they had a third amigo. A third stooge, if you will. Remember the names of the three stooges? I guess that's a different category. She was born into the Shoshone tribe. She played a key role in a famous U.S. expedition, Lewis and Clark expedition. She was a translator and guide. She carried her child on the journey. She helped Lewis and Clark on their expedition. Yes, she did. Her knowledge of the terrain and her ability to communicate with the Native American tribes were essential to the success of the Lewis and Clark expedition, making her an iconic figure in American history. So yeah. Would you pronounce that for me, please, doctor? Because I'd like to give you credit for that. Pretty close. It's in the ballpark. Of course, I probably have the American spelling, not the native Shoshone spelling. I pronounce it Sacagawea. Sacagawea. Sacagawea, 1788 to 1812. She didn't live that long. That's a bummer. What is that, 24 years? She only lived to be 24. Pretty famous for a 24-year-old. Next up. He was a dark horse candidate for president. His presidency saw the expansion of the U.S. into the Southwest. He presided during the Mexican-American War. That's how you know him. He added California, New Mexico, and Oregon to the U.S. territory. Busy beaver. He was the 11th president of the United States. 11th president. Doggone! I'm going to give you full credit for your spelling there. That is correct. Although you missed the period after the K. So, here's that. James K. Polk expanded the U.S. significantly through annexation of Texas and the Mexican-American War, fulfilling the vision of Manifest Destiny. Manifest Destiny by acquiring California and the Southwest. Good old Manifest Destiny. We can name this whole category Manifest Destiny. Okay. Next up. This is a little different. This gentleman was a newspaper editor. He was a strong advocate for the annexation of Texas. So I guess his writing was important, kind of like the revolutionary founding father guys. He believed in the divine right of the U.S. to expand. Oh, this is the guy who coined the phrase Manifest Destiny. This is the guy. He coined a famous term that justified Western expansion. He coined the phrase Manifest Destiny. This is the guy. Newspaper guy. Anybody know who that is? A little more obscure fact. Learn something every day on Retro Rocket Live. This gentleman's name is John L. O'Sullivan. You would think just John L. Sullivan. No, John L. O'Sullivan. John L. O'Sullivan's concept of manifest destiny shaped public opinion and policy, promoting the idea that the United States was destined to expand across the continent. There you go. There's the guy. Manifest Destiny guy. Number 7. Well, I got numbers again. Didn't have numbers for a while. I got numbers. This gentleman served as the president of an independent republic. He was a key leader during Texas's fight for independence. He defeated a Mexican general at the Battle of San Jacinto. San Jacinto. San Jacinto. He served as a governor of 2 U.S. states. He was the first president of the Republic of Texas. Austin is a good guess, but Austin is actually incorrect. Incorrect. This is the guy that was the governor. This is more the politician guy. Mr. Texas, Mr. Sam Houston. Sam Houston played a crucial role in securing Texas's independence from Mexico and later served as the president and senator after its annexation by the United States. And I guess they named that big city after him. Houston is like the third biggest city in the United States or something? I think so. Big city? Maybe second. Maybe second biggest city. Big city. Very big. Number 8, according to the list. This gentleman was a frontiersman and a soldier, and he served as a U.S. congressman from the state of Tennessee. He was known for his marksmanship and hunting skills. Daniel Boone's a good guess. Different guy. There you go. Solomon. He's in the house. Promise you got it too. He died defending a famous fort in Texas. This is one of the guys, unfortunately. He fought and died at the Alamo. And yes, it is Davy Crockett. Davy Crockett's legendary exploits as a frontiersman and his heroic death at the Alamo made him a folk hero of the American frontier and a symbol of the fight for Texas independence. There he is, Davy Crockett, 1786 to 1836. There you go. Now, I saw this gentleman's name up there a minute ago. He is known as the father of Texas. He led American settlers into the Mexican-controlled territory. He helped negotiate peace with the Mexican authorities. He was arrested, though, for encouraging Texan independence. And he's the one who founded the first American colony in Texas. So I saw this answer up there earlier. There you go, doctor. Stephen F. Austin. His leadership in bringing American settlers to Texas and his role in the early governance earned him the title Father of Texas, laying the groundwork for Texas independence. Texas independence. There he is, Stephen F. Austin. 1793 to 1836. That would make him 43 at the time he died. There you go. Who's that? Who's Lemony Snicket? All right, number 10. Number 10. He was a prominent Lakota Sioux leader. He led his people in resisting U.S. government policy, and he played a significant role in a major Native American victory. He won one of the key battles. His forces are the ones that defeated General Custer at a famous battle. Correct, you are, Rhombus. Oh, Solomon had it first, though. Sorry, Solomon. Didn't give you credit. Glad you're here, and you are correct. His forces defeated General Custer at the famous Battle of the Little Bighorn. Sitting Bull's leadership during the Battle of Little Bighorn and his resistance to the U.S. policies made him a symbol of Native American resistance to westward expansion. So not only do we have the heroes of the westward expansion, we have the resistors to the westward expansion. There you go. We got another resistor coming up. There you go. This gentleman was a warrior from the Oglala Lakota tribe. Slightly different. He led a number of successful military campaigns against the U.S. forces. And he played a central role in defending Native American lands. He was instrumental in a major defeat of U.S. forces in Montana. And he was also one of the leaders at the Battle of Little Bighorn as well. Who's this? 12.5% Choctaw. Cool. Choctaw. Correct, Stuart. Stuart. Yes, this is Crazy Horse. Crazy Horse's fierce resistance and leadership during the Battle of Little Bighorn solidified his legacy as one of the greatest Native American war leaders. Crazy Horse, 1840 to 1877. 37 years old when he passed. There you go. We've got one more Native American hero here. Yes. Cherokee. I live in Cherokee country myself. I'm in upstate South Carolina, right near the border with Georgia and North Carolina. From Cherokee territory. This gentleman was a leader of the Nez Perce tribe. He led his people on a long journey toward Canada to avoid capture. His tribe was known for their excellent horse riding skills. Yeah, I don't think they treated any of the tribes any better. It was all bad stuff. All bad stuff. But it was a different time, you know? Hard to judge history. Hard to judge. You know. History. Chief Joseph. In case you're wondering, this is Chief Joseph Nez Perce. Chief Joseph. Josephs. There you go. Next up, on the other side of the fence, this was a religious leader. Recognize him yet? I do. He led a large group of settlers westward after persecution. I think they left from Missouri and Arkansas were the places they started. He established a settlement in the desert. He founded what is now a major U.S. city. Yes, he did. He was the second leader of the Mormon Church. So no, that was the first leader of the Mormon Church. Joseph Smith was the first leader. Who was the second leader? This is the guy that actually founded Salt Lake. It made him one of the most significant figures in the westward expansion of religious communities. Correct, you are, Solomon and Doctor. This is Mr. Brigham Young. Young himself, 1801 to 1877. Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City. Next up. This gentleman was a military officer and an explorer. And he mapped much of the western United States. This guy got around. He played a key role in California's path to statehood. Now, I do have a story about that. I used to live in a little town called Sonoma, California, where for a very brief time, like a matter of days, California was its own country. And this gentleman was a key player. He was the first presidential candidate for a new political party. He was known as the Pathfinder. So, yeah, this is an early California guy. Military. And he was involved in them maybe being their own country for a very short period of time. Yeah, Doctor, you are correct. Mr. John C. Fremont. 1813 to 1890. John C. Fremont's explorations and maps of American West were instrumental in guiding settlers, and he played a key role in California's admission to the Union. Next up, this gentleman was a frontiersman and a scout, and he did work as a guide for Mr. John C. Fremont. This guy played a key role in military campaigns against Native Americans. He became a folk hero in the American West. Not Lewis or Clark. He was a famous scout, trapper, and guide in the West. His legendary exploits as a scout, trapper, and soldier made him a key figure in the exploration and settlement of the American West. Not Daniel Boone. This is another guy, though. Falls right in there with Daniel Boone, Davy Crockett, and this guy was a good shooter. Good with a gun. In fact, I think he was in the Old West show afterwards, after he retired or whatever. Not Buffalo Bill Cody, though. That's an excellent guess also. Not Jesse James. This is Mr. Kit Carson. Kit Carson. There you go. Look that up. Google it. All right. I know you guys have been itching to give me this name. This guy was also a frontiersman and a hunter, and he did play a key role in the settlement of Kentucky. He created a trail through the Appalachian Mountains, just north of me, right here, close by. And he wore a coonskin cap, according to legend. Now, who did all that? Who wore the coonskin cap? He blazed the wilderness through the Cumberland Gap. There you go. Solomon has it. Jedediah Smith's good. A good answer, but incorrect. Johnny Appleseed. Excellent. Excellent. But this is Daniel Boone. This is Daniel Boone. Now are we already on the next guy, though? Did I skip one? I think I did. We're on the next one. Wait a minute, that's Daniel Boone. Sorry, that's Daniel Boone. How come he's not wearing the coonskin hat, though? Yeah, Daniel Boone and David Crockett get confused. Definitely, they do. Now, this gentleman was an explorer and a soldier. He led an expedition to find the source of the Mississippi River. A famous Colorado mountain is named after him. There's a key clue. Think of a Colorado mountain. He was captured by Spanish forces during his explorations. A blank peak in Colorado is named after him. Blank, he looks like a Wolfgang. Definitely looks like a Wolfgang. He's actually a Zebulon or Zebediah. Let's call him Zeb. Zeb. And then he's got a mountain named after him. Blank Peak in Colorado is named after him. His explorations of the southern and western United States, especially his discovery of Blank Peak, contributed to the mapping and understanding of the American frontier. Dante's Peak. I like it. Sullivan's got it. Sullivan's got it. Dante's Peak, though. Nice, Robus. Nice recall. Pikes Peak. Sounds familiar, right? Pikes Peak. Yeah, you got it. All right, we've been talking about this guy a little bit before. It's a good picture of him, a good likeness by the robots. He was a military officer. He fought in the American Civil War and was promoted quickly. He led a cavalry unit in the Indian Wars. And bummer, he died at a famous battle in Montana. This is the guy who was killed at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Remember who this is? This is Sitting Bull got this guy. Sitting Bull and Crazy Horse. Riding together. Very good. Yes, indeed. This is Mr. George Armstrong Custer. George Armstrong Custer was born in 1839 and passed in 1876. His ill-fated leadership during the Battle of Little Bighorn became a symbol of the U.S. Army's conflict with Native American tribes. There you go. Custer, General Custer. Oh, now we have a couple. The couple made the list. They were missionaries. They traveled to the Pacific Northwest to spread Christianity. They worked among the Native American tribes. Unfortunately, the natives didn't like what they were selling. They were killed by Native American group. They were some of the first pioneers on the Oregon Trail. If you ever play that, you guys play that game, Oregon Trail? You ever play that game way back? It was like one of the first, like, digital or computer games, kind of, right? Oregon Trail. These guys were some of the first people on the Oregon Trail. So what used to happen to you on the Oregon Trail? What could happen to you? You could be killed by Native American group. Like these people. Yes, but they didn't die of dysentery. They died of being scalped. Actually, I don't know if these were the Indians that scalped. Marcus Whitman and Narcissa Whitman. This is where the word narcissist comes from. It's this lady, Narcissa Whitman. There you go. All right. This guy's important. He was a Swiss immigrant. He founded a settlement in California. His property became the site of a major historical event. He was also involved in agriculture and trade. But something was discovered at his mill in California. Anybody remember anything that was discovered at a mill in California? Yes, correct you are, Solomon. Bob Sacramento is nice guess. John Sutter is correct, of course. John Sutter's land became the epicenter of California's gold rush, which transformed the American West and led to the rapid settlement of California. And guess what? That's the end of that category. We do have one more category. We have one more in our marathon tonight. You guys did pretty good at that, right? Feel pretty good about that? Not bad. Good thing Solomon came on board just when the doctor was starting to slow down a little. We had Solomon come in and carry some weight. Okay, we're going to do 20 groundbreaking scientists and inventors through history. You're going to know most of these. So that should keep it kind of fun. Kind of, sort of. You know the rules, robots paint. You guess. I give the confusing clues along the way. 20 groundbreaking scientists and inventors. This scientist developed the theory of relativity. His famous equation, we're going to start easy this time, is E equals mc squared. He won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. He was a theoretical physicist born in Germany. Correct you are. It looks like Rhombus got it first. Well, very cool. You've come to the right place, so. We do too. We try to have a little fun with history. His name is actually synonymous with genius. And you are all correct, of course. Mr. Albert Einstein is renowned for his contributions to physics, particularly his theories of relativity and his influence on philosophy of science. There you go. It looks like your old man. His hair kind of looks like mine tonight. Hence the hat today. You know, every once in a while we go with the hat. When the wife's not around. I don't have my hairstylist. So, you know, what can I do? I can't do the Nikola Tesla look every night. Oh, I gave it away. Sorry, I gave that one away. This inventor worked on alternating current. He developed the Tesla coil. He was a Serbian-American engineer. He had a famous rivalry with Thomas Edison. We all remember that. And the unit of magnetic flux density is named after him. Hey, Yoshi's in the house. Good to see you, Yoshi. Solomon. Rhombus. I'm sure Stuart's around there somewhere. Doctor's in the house. Sorry, I gave that one away. It was because of the hairstyle thing. Tesla always has good hair, right? In all his photos. All right, let's go on. Number 3. This scientist conducted pioneering research on radioactivity. She was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. She discovered the elements of polonium and radium. She won Nobel Prizes in both physics and chemistry. Does the doctor have any correct answers? We're going to take that, Stuart. Solomon, Stuart, you're both correct. Marie Curie. Marie Curie was a trailblazing scientist whose research on radioactivity paved the way for advancements in both medicine and nuclear physics. Now, am I right, though, that she did end up passing away, basically, from poisoning, radioactive poisoning? Pretty sure. Yeah, well, that'll happen. But she won Nobel Prizes in both physics and chemistry. Quite the stud. No doubt. Now, this guy is pretty well known. Speaking of good hair, this scientist formulated the laws of motion and universal gravitation. He wrote Mathematical Principles of Natural Philosophy. Fancy way of saying it. He developed the theory of calculus independently of another guy that invented calculus at the same time, named Leibniz. Two guys invented calculus at the same time. Who'd have thought? An apple falling from a tree is famously associated with his discoveries. And yes, everybody's getting this one. It looks like Rhombus might have had it first. Stewart had the full name first. Very good. Very good. He was an English mathematician and physicist. We won't hold that against him. Sir Isaac Newton is widely recognized as one of the most influential scientists of all time, making groundbreaking contributions to physics, mathematics, and astronomy. Sir Isaac Newton. There you go. One of our top scientists. This guy's a pretty good scientist. He improved the telescope and made significant astronomical observations. He didn't invent the telescope, he made it better. And he's the guy who discovered those planets, those moons around Jupiter. He discovered the 4 largest moons of Jupiter. He supported the heliocentric theory of the solar system. He was tried by Inquisition for his scientific views. He is known as the father of modern observational astronomy. Yes, yes, yes. So, Stewart has it. It's not Hubble. It is Galileo. But what is Galileo's last name? Not Copernicus. I bet Copernicus is in here, but not him now. This is Galileo. Galileo last name was an Italian polymath whose work laid the foundation for modern physics and observational astronomy. There you go. Rhombus! Galileo Galilei. Sounds so cool, right? Galileo Galilei. There you go. Next up. Another Englishman. This scientist developed the theory of evolution by natural selection. He published On the Origin of Species. His voyage on the HMS Beagle was crucial to his research. He studied finches on the Galapagos Islands. He was an English naturalist. Correct you are. Correct you are. It looks like maybe Solomon had it first, and Stewart had the full name first, and then Rhombus. Charles Darwin's work on evolution profoundly changed our understanding of the biological world and the development of life here on Earth. There he is, Charles Darwin, shown with a bunch of animals. Those don't really look like finches, though, do they? Wasn't that his big thing? Finches. Somehow he developed all his things out of finches. First edition of Descent of Man. There you go. That sounds like a collector's item. Might be worth some money. Number 7. This inventor held over 1,000 patents. He developed the phonograph and the motion picture camera. He improved the electric light bulb, but he's not the one who invented it. His laboratory was in Menlo Park, New Jersey. He was known as the Wizard of Menlo Park. Anybody know? The Wizard of Menlo Park. He was an American inventor and businessman whose innovations in electric power, mass communication, and sound recording had lasting impact on the modern world. This is a pretty big guy. Doesn't really look like him, because most of the ones, when you see his picture, he's elderly. He's elderly in most pictures. He's a young man here. This is before he was elderly. I don't see anybody ever get the right answer. Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison, of course. Thomas Edison. Great. This polymath excelled in art, science, and engineering. This is the dude who painted the Mona Lisa and the Last Supper. His notebooks contain designs for flying machines and armored vehicles. He was indeed a Renaissance man. He was an Italian artist and a scientist. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, this looks like Jesus Christ. Looks like Jesus, but it's not him. Not him. I can tell. But this is Leonardo. So you are, if you said Leonardo, you are correct. Leonardo da Vinci, D.A. Vinci, was a true Renaissance genius whose contributions to art, science, and engineering continue to inspire and amaze. There you go. Leonardo. Yes, sorry, V. This was an AI version, but they're so well known that the AI used to get them right. Some of the AIs won't do it anymore. They won't. Somebody famous from history, they won't. It's like because he was a oppressor or something. Leonardo might have been an oppressor. Well, the AI won't draw him anymore. Funny stuff. Anyway, you know who this guy is. He wrote A Brief History of Time. He worked on black holes. He did have ALS and used a computerized voice system. He was a theoretical physicist and a cosmologist. Correct you are. The robots did pretty good with that picture. Yeah? Yes. Oh. He was, let's see, Stephen Hawking was a British theoretical physicist whose work on black holes and cosmology, along with his best-selling books, made him a household name. There you go. Number 10. This inventor is credited with inventing the first practical telephone. He founded the Bell Telephone Company. He worked on communication devices for the deaf. His first words spoken over the telephone were, "Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you." Correct you are. Correct you are. He was a Scottish-born inventor. And you are correct. It is Mr. Alexander Graham Bell. Alexander Graham Bell's invention of the telephone revolutionized global communication, and his work had profound impact on the field of telecommunication. Stuart, I think you had that first. Yeah. Supposedly Stephen Hawking went to Epstein Island. I did hear that. Again, a youthful picture of Mr. Alexander Graham Bell. Excuse me. We're almost done. My voice is going to barely make it. This scientist developed the germ theory of disease. He created the first vaccines for rabies and anthrax. He invented the process of pasteurization. That's going to help. His work in microbiology saved countless lives. He was a French chemist and microbiologist. Terence McKenna. No. Isn't he the mushroom guy? DMT guy? Correct, Stuart. More or less. Very close. Yes. You are correct. Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur was a pioneering microbiologist whose discoveries in germ theory and immunization transformed medical science. Louis Pasteur. Louis. There he is. Looks just like him. All right, let's go on. We're up to number 12. These are in additive order, not countdown. This scientist co-discovered the structure of DNA. That sounds important. He worked with Francis Crick. This is not Crick, but he worked with Crick. Their discovery revealed the double helix structure. He won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1962. Oh, it's an optional award. You can either give it for physiology or medicine. I got it. He is an American molecular biologist. Yes. Correct, Sullivan. Correct. Correct. You know his first name? Not that it's that important. James Watson's discovery of the structure of DNA alongside Francis Crick marked a pivotal moment in the history of genetics and molecular biology. There you go. So I've given you enough hints as to who the next guy is. This is the scientist who co-discovered the structure of DNA along with James Watson. I don't know about these robots. Their discovery revealed the double helix structure. He won a Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1962. So, anyway, I think you know what this is. Damn robots. Can't take them anywhere. Francis Crick is correct. Very good. Francis Crick worked on the structure of DNA in collaboration with James Watson, was a cornerstone of modern molecular biology. And there he is. There's the Crick guy, not the Watson guy. Crazy robots. But we've only got like 6 left. You guys stand it? Rick Castles. I don't know. It says it's Francois Crick. Number 14. You'll know this guy. The scientist was a renowned astronomer and astrophysicist. He popularized science with TV series called Cosmos. He authored the novel Contact. You guys all see that movie, Contact? Pretty cool movie, especially for the time. I mean, I don't know, how old is that now? 20 years ago? That was a cool movie at the time. He was a strong advocate for the search for extraterrestrial life. His famous phrase is something I use quite a bit. Billions and billions of stars. Yes, indeed. Stewart! Solomon! Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan was an influential scientist and science communicator who made significant contributions to planetary science and the popularization of science. There you go. Look at it. How about that picture? Robot, get a star. All right, number 15. This is a lady. Got a couple ladies here. This mathematician worked on Charles Babbage's early mechanical general purpose computer. It was called the Analytical Engine. She is considered the first computer programmer. Her notes on Analytical Engine include what is recognized as the first algorithm intended to be processed by a machine. Who knows who this is? This is the First Lady. She was the daughter of poet Lord Byron. Little known fact. She was an English mathematician and writer. There you go. Stuart. Ada Lovelace is correct. Ada Lovelace's pioneering work in computing and algorithms laid the groundwork for the field of computer science. Ada Lovelace. Very good. There she is. Number 16. This scientist made critical contributions to understanding the molecular structures of DNA, RNA, viruses, coal, and graphite. I don't know how those all go together, but anyway. Something about molecules. Her work was crucial to the discovery of the DNA double helix. She used X-ray diffraction techniques. Don't use too much of those X-rays. Her contributions were initially overlooked in favor of her male colleagues. She was also a British chemist. This is not Princess Leia. Kind of looks like her, a little bit like Princess Leia. Who's got it? Oh, Stuart. Stuart knows these. Rosalind Franklin. Rosalind Franklin's work was instrumental in the discovery of the DNA double helix structure, although her contributions were not fully recognized during her lifetime. There you go. You got the doctor right there answering these for you, Stuart. This is one of our favorites. This polymath was a founding father of the United States. He conducted experiments with electricity, famously involving a kite. He invented the lightning rod, bifocals, and the Franklin stove. He was an author, a printer, and a diplomat. He appears on the U.S. $100 bill, and we can't get enough of those. Yeah. Bernie Frank, not. Is that where his name came from, though? Correct. It's Benjamin Franklin. Anyone that said Benjamin Franklin, you are correct. Benjamin Franklin was a leading figure in early American history, known for his contributions to science, politics, and literature. There you go. Number 18. This guy's important. This physicist contributed to the development of quantum electrodynamics. He was known for his charismatic lectures and teaching style. He worked on the Manhattan Project. He did win the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1965. He was an American theoretical physicist. Yay! Who knows who this is? He's got his bongos. I love that picture. That's awesome. This is the quantum electrodynamic guy. Heisenberg's a good. Heisenberg's the guy who did the methamphetamine. Right? Oh, hopefully you get my joke. Anyway, this is Mr. Richard Feynman. Richard Feynman was a brilliant physicist and educator whose work in quantum mechanics and particle physics earned him widespread acclaim and a Nobel Prize. There you go. Number 19, another Manhattan Project guy. This scientist made foundational contributions to understanding atomic structure and quantum theory. He developed the Bohr model of the atom. He received the Nobel Prize in Physics all the way back in 1922. He was a mentor to many leading physicists of the 20th century. And he was a Danish physicist. Who knows what this is? Let him cook. Let him cook. Oh, that Winnebago, huh? That was a setup. Who knows who this is? Come on, Danish. He's the father of all these other guys. He taught them all. Taught them everything they know. This is Mr. Niels Bohr. Niels Bohr. Learn something every day. Niels Bohr, his work on atomic structure and quantum theory was crucial in the development of modern physics. He's like the father of all those guys. I think you know who this guy is. Another father-like figure. This astronomer formulated the laws of planetary motion. He worked as an assistant to another Danish dude named Tycho Brahe. He published Astronomia Nova. Astronomia Nova. His work provided a foundation for Newton's theory of gravitation. He was a German mathematician and astronomer. His laws of planetary motion were critical in advancing the understanding of celestial mechanics and astronomy. Not Copernicus, but kind of like, there you go, Solomon's in the house. Johannes Kepler, his laws of planetary motion were critical in advancing the understanding of celestial mechanics and astronomy, and a basis for Newton's work, of course. We have mercifully made it to the end of our Canvas Clues Retro Rocket Live Marathon broadcast tonight. Thank you guys for hanging in there. I always have one round I have to apologize for. I think those beautiful but influential women of history were a little obscure. So apologies for that category, but otherwise it was a good evening. Famous guitar players. I like that. I like that. I like that. Now, do you want it to be only modern or through history? Famous guitar players through history, so you get kind of like half modern and half historical, or do you want them to all be like electric guitar players? What else you guys got? You got any other great ideas for me? Told you Russell Crowe's on my short list. We're going to do Russell Crowe movies. 60s through 90s. Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes some sense. Oh, what else you got? Yeah, they'd both be on the list, right? Jimi Hendrix, Stevie Ray Vaughan, definitely be on the list. There'd be some good ones on that list. That's for sure. What have I got? I had some ideas. Let's see, what can I do? Let me try to grab a couple ideas for you and see what you guys think. Go to this, go to this, go to this. Go to this. Top 20 lists. Iconic fashion through the decades. 20 top Egyptian structures. Here's a hard one. 20 notable engineers of ancient Rome. That sounds maybe a little too hard. What do you think? That might be a little too hard. Famous Playboy mates. I like that. Second World War movies. Awesome. Let's definitely do that one. It's on my short list too, Stuart. I've already got that on my list. Egyptian monuments. I got that. French Revolution figures. That's a little too obscure, I think. Industrial age inventors. That sounds hard. Royal palaces might be workable. I might be able to do royal palaces, right? Supreme Court justices. It's kind of American centric, I guess. Yeah, the Roman architects. Roman architects would be easy compared to Roman engineers. That sounds a little hard. Morgan Freeman movies. That's a possibility. Why not? Types of saltwater fish. You know, we did the only well, we've done a couple animal ones. One of the animal ones we did was extinct animals, right? We did some extinct animals. But I think there's a lot of different animal categories we could go into, right? Industrial age inventors. Yeah, that doesn't sound too bad, right? Not terrible. Not terrible. I'm thinking about revisiting the global elite WEF EU unelected officials list. I was thinking about that one. Top 20. Most infamous 20. I don't know. Maybe. Fallen empires of antiquity. I like the way you state that. That's not bad. This is going to be a good list for me to go back to. You guys are doing a good job here. Chess grandmasters. That sounds a little obscure, Solomon. Bobby Fischer. Oh, he wasn't even a grandmaster. Or the Russian guy, Kasparov. Who else was there? I don't know anybody else. That's it. But yeah, types of animals, types of saltwater fish is good because yeah, we could do a bunch of different animal ones, right? We could do let's see, can we do different types of humans in ancient history, like Homo erectus and Homo habilis and all that? We could try that. That would be hard, but yeah, Bobby Fischer. Okay, guys. It's gotta be late. It's gotta be late over there. Evil Halloween characters. You know, we did a special Halloween show actually. You might want to go back and watch that. But it is a good area for what do? We did horror movies, Halloween costumes, and we did one other category. We did three Halloween ones for Halloween. It was cool. It was fun. That kind of thing's fun. We did Christmas special, I think. I can't remember all of. But I like to do the specials. I think that's fun. So we'll dream up a special. If you get a special, Boris Spassky, yeah, that was one of them. I don't think there's quite enough of them though. I can only do a top 5. Top 5 chess grandmasters. Be a quick round. All right, man. Have a good night. Good night, everyone. Appreciate you hanging out, having fun with us. Um, and I will see you. We'll do something on Wednesday. I don't know what. Um, Comes around pretty fast, but we'll figure it out. We'll do something on Wednesday, and then we'll do something on Sunday, and then we'll do something on Wednesday, and then we'll do something on Sunday after that. So anyway, take it easy, guys. I'm gonna get out of here. Good night, everyone. Thank you again. Adios, muchachos.